Hey everyone, I'm Anne-Marie from Hello Basque. Welcome to the Hello Basque YouTube channel, where every week I'm talking all about the Basque country, Basque people, lots of things having to do with Basque culture. Today's video, I just want to answer a quick question that I see online quite a bit. Are Basques French or Spanish? I'll just tell you right now, the answer is a little bit yes, a little bit no. If you ask this question to different Basque people, you're probably going to get different answers, but the way I see it, if you're born in the Basque country, you've got to be either French or Spanish on paper. Like in terms of nationality, in terms of citizenship, like, yeah, you're either going to be French or Spanish because you were either born in France or Spain. Stick with me because I feel like starting with that just pissed off a lot of very nationalist-minded people. But you know what I mean? Like if you're going to get a passport, it's either going to be a French one or a Spanish one, because as of the time of making this video, there is currently no recognized Basque state where you're going to get a Basque passport. But if you're looking at ethnicity, if you're looking at culture, if you're looking at the way people identify, a lot of Basque people would say, no, they're not French and they're not Spanish because they're Basque. I mean, I've talked about this a million times on my channel. You can watch a bunch of videos that I've made on this topic, but pretty much Basques are distinct from French and Spanish cultures. And even in terms of like genetics, like Basque people are a distinct group. They have their own language, they have different traditions. Now, depending where you are in the Basque country, a lot of Basque culture might be influenced by French or Spanish culture, just like Spanish and French cultures have been influenced by Basque culture. But if we're looking at ethnicity and culture, Basques are not exactly French or Spanish. A lot of Basque people will tell you that they're not French or Spanish. They may be on paper, based on their documents, based on where they were born, but they may not identify as French or Spanish, and you could get into a lot of hot water by calling a Basque person French or Spanish if they identify fully as Basque. But then of course there are people of Basque heritage, of Basque descent, like me, who are born all over the world, who may on paper not be French or Spanish at all. Like they may be American, Canadian, Chilean, Peruvian, they could be anything. So in that case, definitely like not French or Spanish. So as an example, I'll use myself. My dad is from the Basque country. My mom's parents were from a region in France very near the Basque country, but not the Basque country. So I identify as both Basque and French, and of course American, because I grew up in California, and like culturally, I mean, you could hear it in my voice, like I'm quite American. But a few years ago, I met a French guy and I asked him where he was from, and he said Biarritz, which is in the Basque country, if you don't know. So I got super excited and I was like, cool, my dad is from the Basque country. And I told him about where my mom's family is from. And so he looked me dead in the eye. He's like, oh, that's amazing. So you're 100% French. And I was like, I said, depending on your politics, one might say I'm 50% Basque, 50% French. And the look on his face, like his eyes glazed over, and honestly, like he stopped talking to me. Like it was kind of a very icy reception. He did not appreciate my attempts at masking the truth as a joke. So just an example of how politics can play into Basque identity and the way that others perceive Basque people. So are the Basques French or Spanish? Yes and no. If you're born in the Basque country, you're gonna have a French passport or a Spanish passport. But if you're talking about identity, culture, language, like a lot of Basque people would say, definitely not French and definitely not Spanish. So there's your answer to a very complex, complicated question in just a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to learn more about the Basque country and Basque culture, you can always subscribe to the Hello Basque YouTube channel and follow me on social media at Hello Basque, because we're talking about stuff like this all the time. So thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.